I would hope Dominic knows. Of course, you never know with Dominic. He'd be liable out there with a pistol. In the same way, when the people of the East wrote, all of these words have different meanings, hidden meaning. But I can go in there, I can show you the documentation where it says wisdom is understanding the dark sayings. I'm not going to do that now. So even though he is a sister to Sarah, she is the daughter of his father. Now this is very, very important what I'm going to show you. She is not the daughter of the mother, so she is not the emotional desires of the spirit. She is the daughter of the father. Abraham's father came from a place called Ur, in a place called the Chaldees. The goddess of Ur was a goddess whose name was Sin. Do you see? Therefore, it is the emotional desires dwelling in the land of sin. That's what it means. See, sin doesn't mean drinking, smoking, sex, going to Atlantic City, all of that neat stuff that, we all like to do. I don't drink and I don't smoke, because my wife's going to tell me, that's sex? Going to Atlantic City? That's not bad either. But sin has nothing to do with any of that. Sin means dwelling in the emotions. See, remember when we started this story, what's the first thing they said to Abraham? God said to Abraham, you're dwelling here. You got to move. You got to move out of your emotions. And so there is the understanding of who she is. So in verse 16, Genesis chapter 20, verse 16, Abimelech says, look, okay, he says to Sarah, look, I've given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. He is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with you. In other words, Abraham, which means the father of the mind, becomes a covering to your eyes so that you can no longer see Sarah as that which is the emotional nature, but now you only see Sarah as that which is spirit. Abraham, which is the renewed mind, covers your eyes so you cannot see the one on the left, which is the emotions. Now you see her on the right, which is the spirit. All right? So we turn here, and we get a return to the right side in Genesis chapter 20 and verse 17. Now look what happens. Look. Remember Rachel was barren? She gave birth. Sarah was barren. She gave birth. Rebecca was barren. She gave birth. Manoah's wife was barren. She gave birth. Elizabeth was barren. She gave birth. Mary was barren. She gave birth. All of this which was barren was given birth. There is a part of you which is located at the right side of the right hemisphere of your brain, which is 90% of your brain, which does not function under your direction. It is barren. It is ready to give birth. This is the beautiful part of it. What did Abimelech? Abimelech, that part of you, saw that it was the emotional nature. And Abimelech said, no, I will not intercourse with the emotional nature. That means that you now are seeking your direction for the meditative state within you. And look at the beautiful thing that happens in Genesis chapter 20, verse 17. So Abraham prayed unto God, and God healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservants, and they bare children, for the Lord had fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech. In other words, they were barren, but they are no longer barren because they have not fallen down into the woman that was the emotional nature. They have not touched that which is the emotional nature, which means they have shut down, they have taken no thought, they have entered into the spiritual realm of meditation. The womb, the barren womb, has been opened, and the child of promise is born within. See? It always comes out the same in every story. When you follow the simple technique of meditation, of entering in, separating from the thoughts of the mind, there is something that explodes within you. Otherwise, you'll go through this life using 10% of your brain. That's all you'll ever get.